Oh, merry stock market. Oh, man. Woo!
Woo, baby. It is time, once and for all, to show you how ludicrous, how clownish, dare I say, idiotic it is to believe that U.S. stocks will just continue to dominate international stocks. And if you dare put any of your portfolio in international stocks, you're a fool. Because if you think about it, there's a lot of crises going on in the world. And the worst time to buy any kind of stock, any kind of index, is when there's maximum pessimism, uncertainty, and doubt about the future. And it's safe in the United States. Everywhere else in the world is dangerous. The US is the only safe place to put your money. And let's not forget, and we'll look at the data in a second, the US stock market has outperformed by leaps and bounds every other stock market, well, most of them in the world. And if you had just put your money in VTI over the last 10 years, you would have absolutely crushed both international stocks and the Vanguard Total World Stock ETF. So, what kind of idiot would possibly put their money in something like VT because it has those horrible international stocks? It doesn't make any sense, bro. Well, I made a little Excel sheet. I'm going to show you the ludicrousy of how people view. Oh, God. Oh, I thought it was my wife getting back. I was like, oh, crap. So let's go ahead and look at this Excel sheet I made. So there's a lot of numbers on here. I just want to clarify something real quick. What this sheet does is you can plug in returns for U.S. stocks right here and here and international stocks, and you can project out what percentage of the global market capitalization U.S. stocks will be. And what you can also do is figure out what your portfolio is right now and where would it be if you only bought U.S. stocks, bro, you only bought international stocks, bro, or if you only bought VT my ET, which is my baby, okay? Now, let's go look at the recent performance of different indices. And before we do that, I just want you to remember this. VT is 60.5% U.S. stocks. So if you think about it, if I'm wrong, I still stand the benefits. I still get the benefits of investing in U.S. stocks. And the more a percentage of VT is U.S. stocks, the more my returns are correlated with the superior VTI VOO. Does that make sense? Because as you get a bigger percentage of the global market cap, you get more representation in VT. And of course, there's other stupid countries on here like Japan. I mean, their demographics are trash. UK, there's a crisis right now. China's communist. Canada's full of leaves. France is communist. Switzerland is, I don't know. Australia is, I don't know, kangaroos. Germany, it's just a trash country. They've never, done anything. India, who cares? They have, I don't know, whatever. And Taiwan, which is going to get invaded by China. So basically everything on here except the U.S. is just the best in the world or just the worst in the world, okay? Now, let's look at relative performance. So here I have a snapshot of VTI. Over the last 10 years, and I took this snapshot a couple weeks ago, this may have changed. This compounded annual return for U.S. stocks over the last 10 years has been 11.34%. 11.34%. That's a pretty good return. If you put in QQQ, you probably had much higher returns. So you should buy it, right? VXUS, these are all international stocks. 10-year return, 3.34% compounded. That's awful, right? So what you YouTube geniuses do, because this is literally how you people think. I've never seen a logical argument that actually, presents why you should only buy U.S. stocks, because it always seems the first argument is, well, look at the performance, bro. But, it's all about past performance, right? So look at the comparison. 11.34 to 3 point. That's horrible. That's a massive, massive difference, okay? And then we go down to VT my ET, my baby. It's right there in the middle. I'm not all in US stocks. I'm not all in international stocks. And you can see it's somewhere in the middle. And that makes sense. US stocks have held up VT, which is fine because that's the freaking purpose of it. Okay. You own everything. I hope that makes sense to you people. So, what we're going to do is we're going to project out the US stock market and we're going to grow it at 11.34%. We're going to grow international stocks at 3.34%. And I'm going to show you in 30 years what your portfolio balance will be. And best yet, I will show you what percentage of the global market cap will be US stocks. Because remember, our GDP is only 25% of the global GDP, and it's going to shrink over time as the rest of the world grows. And we have 60% of the market capitalization. Now, I'm sure there's lots of reasons for that. Okay. Maybe we have just the best companies in the world for now. Who freaking knows? But right now, we have 25% of the global GDP and 60% of the market capitalization. But that doesn't concern a lot of people. But, whatever. That's fine. Okay. So let's go ahead and plug in some numbers here. So U.S. stock future return, because what you people do, and I know you do this, don't lie to me. Don't lie to me. I'm looking at you. I can see in your soul. You look at past performance and you say, well, it went up more, so I'm going to get that return in the future. So let's go ahead, and I know all you don't do that, but there's a lot of clowns that do that. Let's grow U.S. stocks forever into the future because that's U.S. stocks go up way more always by 11.34%. What we're going to do is we're going to grow international stocks by, 3.34%. Now, I have some formulas here, and basically what I said is I have this factor, and the factor represents the market capitalization of each index. And I can custom weight what U.S. and international stocks are. And as we're going to see, the U.S. portion, the factor, is 205 because they're currently 60.5% of the total market capitalization. So I'm going to grow that number by 11% per year. And international, which I'll highlight in green, is going to grow by that. Does that make sense? And I've calculated what percentage of the global market cap U.S. stocks will be every year. So let's go down and look. So year one, before we do anything, U.S. stocks are 60% of the global market cap, right? Well, very quickly, the U.S. stock percentage starts to change. And by 2030, 73%, almost 74% of the global market cap will be U.S. stocks. Makes sense, right? Because they went up this much, and that's going to continue into the future. We keep going down and down and down and down. And by the time old strongman hits retirement, U.S. stocks will compose 93% of the global market capitalization of all publicly traded companies. 93%. And if we go down, when will it be 100%, basically? Right here. So in 2150, it's 99%, 99.9%. In 2150, there will be no other companies besides U.S. companies. U.S. stocks, bro, will be 100% of the global market cap. Now, what I've also done here is I've shown you the annual returns of VT, assuming U.S. stocks get 11.34% and international, just because it sucks forever and it's never going to go up more, 3.34%. So as you can see, even though international is starting to suck, or it will continue to suck forever into the future, your compounded gains start to go up because VTI, the U.S. stocks, are becoming a larger and larger and larger percentage of your stocks, right? So let's go ahead and do calculations here. So what I have right here, and I'll put that in blue, is what your current portfolio is. So this is roughly my portfolio because I sell lots of courses. Stocks are down. And we're going to do a 30-year time period. Well, if you only buy U.S. stocks, right, from here on out, and they become 93% of the global market cap, because that's going to happen, bro. 93%. Which, yeah, it's going to happen. You will grow $360,000 into $9 million, which is a lot of money. Okay, and this is assuming you don't invest anything else. International stocks, bro, will not even be $1 million. So look at that difference right there, okay? 9 million versus under $1 million. That's 10 times more. Why buy international, bro? But if you bought VT, you would still have $5.8 million, assuming this exact scenario goes on. Not bad, but you've also mitigated your risk because you maybe considered that U.S. stocks will not be 93% of the global market capitalization by 2052. I mean, if you think that, okay, but I mean, come on, guys. Like, if you're really thinking you're going to get the same growth by oath that we got before, and international is just going to be absolute trash, even in the short term, if it is, in the long run, do you really think U.S. stocks by 2052 will be 93% of the global market capitalization? Now, what if there's another scenario? What if U.S. stocks suck and they only get 6% and international gets 8%? I don't know. Could be, could be not. Well, look at the difference. Now VT has outperformed US stocks. And this is entirely possible. If international stocks outperform US stocks over the next 3 decades, which is entirely possible. I know you don't believe it because US stocks went up recently. If they do, I'm going to have $600,000 more dollars. Even with these like okay returns, which seem more reasonable to me, I'll still have $2.68 million. And that's without assuming any other investment. I don't know. It seems like no matter what, I'm going to hit my retirement goal. I mean, come on. Look at this. 3.34. No matter what, I'm going to hit my retirement goal. Worst case, I have $5.8 million if this scenario continues. Okay? So I don't know what else to show you people. I don't know what to say. I mean, it's just so hard to try to convince you that US stocks went up a lot, and a lot of you are assuming it's going to continue into the future. And, US stocks are going to be all the global market cap. I mean, let's say US stocks go up by 6 and international stocks go up by 5. Well, even if that's the case, by 2052, US stocks will be 67% of the market cap, which seems a little bit more reasonable. Okay. But even then, I'll still have $1.86 million without any other investment. No matter what, I win. Okay. I can't lose. If US stocks outperform, well, my portfolio reflects that more. If they underperform, well, I have international stocks. And if everything goes to crap, well, everybody's sucking anyway. So I don't see how I can lose with VT. Let me know your thoughts. Let's see. But US stocks, bro, win up, or bro, US stocks, bro. Hey, Strongman, get back to the gym. Mr. Workman hears you are censoring now. Nice. Who am I censoring? I don't censor anybody unless you say like the R word stuff. Tell me what to buy. Go watch this channel called Financial Education. Hey, Strongman, since you love Chinese stocks so much, what would Mao have to say about those classes? Sometimes I wish Mao was still alive. He was an upstanding guy. Strongman, are you 100% VT? I am 95% VT. When are you going to allocate some of your portfolio to bonds? Honestly, it's going to be kind of a judgment call. Like, let's say I'm like 55, right? And we have this massive bull run. I'm going to start taking some gains and start putting some of that in bonds because I'm going to have to live off my bonds at some point. So it's going to be kind of subjective. But at some point, probably in my 50s, I'm going to start, or maybe if I want to retire earlier than that, probably won't. Then I'll start allocating to bonds. But it's kind of, I'm not doing it right now. 30 shouldn't be at least 10% bonds. No. At 32, I'm 33 now, by the way. I think it's too early, in my opinion. I don't think you would be ruined if you did that, but capital mindset does something disgusting. How can China be invaded by China? That's a good point. And by the way, Chinese stocks, like I said, if you go back to the thing, it's only like, I know you clowns, you look at VT and you're like, that has Chinese stocks. Why would you buy Chinese stocks? It's only like 3% or less, okay? Your risk is not that great. Mr. Workman believes Echoes is a crackhead version of Jake from State Farm. He looks a little bit like him. Will you ever put your money in VTI if it crashes 70%? Yeah, I put my money in VTI every 2 weeks. VTI is in VT. It's in VT. Bloomberg said the S&P 500 is overvalued. I mean, I personally think the massive returns we've gotten in the last 10 years are just insane. and the suckage of international stocks. And when you look at like what I just made, it doesn't make sense that US stocks are going to continue to just grow and grow and grow as a percentage of the global market cap until they're like 100%. Like, it's just ridiculous. Okay. But if that does happen, I still win with VT. And if that doesn't happen, I still win. China's not going to invade itself. Now put all your money into China, you're going to get invaded. Well, I wouldn't recommend that, to be perfectly honest. 30 years, LOL. What? 30 years? 30 years is typically how long people invest for retirement, numbnuts. Oh, okay. So Commander Gore is like, I don't know, he's probably like a day trader. I want to get rich tomorrow, so just buy Tesla, bro. He's the kind of guy that loses all of his money. Okay. See, I'm a true long-term investor. You clowns think you are long-term investors. You bussies will sell. If we have an actual stock market crash, and the stocks have gone down pretty significantly, if we actually have a real crash or even a depression, you bussies will sell. If we have a flat decade, you bussies will sell. Me, I don't give a crap. I'm in it to win it. I'm going to dollar cost average into VT until I stop working, mother effers. 30 years? What? Why would you invest over 30 years? Just buy Tesla, bro. Been buying VT all year, QQQ. I'm really bet. Just now switching to 10% into 10K into Bitcoin. Good Lord, boy. VT pair with short-term bonds are greater for high-income people. Save 5%. I mean, I could agree with that. I could really agree with that. What's the latest on LaFufu competition with VT? You want to go check in? Let's go check in with LaFufu. He's probably crushing me now, isn't he? And remember, this is the guy that, number one, manipulated the competition to make it seem like he bought his stocks way lower than he actually did. And number two, he's charging people, thousands of dollars. And number three, he's just a very stupid person that doesn't understand basic financial concepts. Let's see. I need to look into this Tendies thing. He keeps like promoting it. He's so desperate. He's promoting an app called Tendies. Like, what a loser. And I've also noticed his organization keeps sending out tons of emails. All right, so here's Trash VT. It's every stock in the world, 60% US stocks that apparently I don't own, but I do. And it's down 19%. Oh my God, I'm selling. The world's over. There's a war in Ukraine. Planet 13, 60%. Tattooed Chef, 63. Honest, 44. Smile Direct, 67. Corsair, only 40. Ooh, Avant Brands almost caught up to me. And Oatly. And once again, I bought VT in the 40s and 50s. LaFufu bought all these stocks when they were 3 or 4 times higher. And he's still losing. Oh, but I tell you, he's such a rat. He is such a scumbag. If it ever comes to the point where VT's like up 2% and all these are up like 20%, he's going to come out and say, oh, see, I beat VT. Never forget when he bought this stuff, okay? So LaFufu is a loser. What more can I say? U.S. stocks can be valued higher because they're looked at as a safe investment than any other country. Everything in the market is risk more equals. Well, yeah, but like if everybody's flooding into U.S. stocks, I mean, like what kind of return can you expect? The higher the valuation, the lower your future expected returns. Whereas everybody's running out of Europe and all the other places around the world right now because of all the problems there and the strong dollar. And it's just like, well, okay, well, then why would that's a perfect time to be buying in? Could argue that if U.S. stocks start underperforming international, I'll just sell and go to VT. Yeah, but that's the wrong time to do it. You see? It's possible that scenario, it's possible U.S. stocks could keep going up. It's possible international outperforms. My argument is you don't freaking know. You hedge your bets. You buy the world. That's all I'm saying. VT sucks. VO. See, here he is. Okay. I show you guys the lunacy of U.S. stocks going up massively, bro, and international just being trash. And you people still don't get it. You still don't get it. I can't fight this fight. After Baba goes to 0, will you bring out the pink? I mean, I'll start bringing out the pink hat now. I don't care. Okay, now you're just trolling. 30 years goes by quick. 1 minute you're in the dirt playing with G.I. Joes, the next you're divorced with a kid. Strongman, did you say you already maxed out your IRA contribution at the beginning? Why didn't you allocate? Do you missed out on all the downside this year? Well, you can't. I mean, there's actually research that shows like time in the market beats timing the market. And honestly, I just had a bunch of cash and I just chucked it all in. It's like, screw it. Why not? And if you think about it, let's say next year rolls around and they just raise the IRA contribution limits. I'll make a video about it. I'm so excited. Now, if let's say I put 12K, or I think now it's 13K for me and my wife total, in on January 1st, 2023, and then the market rips after that. Well, in that case, I would outperform somebody that's DCAing. So from year to year, if I just have the money sitting around, I just throw it in there, okay? If I run into a scenario where I don't have the money sitting around, okay, maybe I'll dollar cost average as I can afford it. But I mean, I just had the cash. Everyone hating on your stock picks are exactly the point you're making. Too short-sighted to be a real long-term event. It's true. People think I'm joking when I say, oh, shit. All right, I got to go. My wife just got back to the garage, scared the shit out of me. Cheers.